First time since Sean Diddy Combs was accused of sexual assault and human trafficking, a celebrity counterpart has now been named.
So a newly updated civil lawsuit claims hip-hop superstar Jay-Z raped a 13-year-old girl alongside Diddy more than 2 decades ago. Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes joining us here after looking over a copy of that lawsuit. Khalif, this unnamed accuser claims that she was drugged and then she was assaulted after an after party. I guess I have one question: is how would a 13-year-old be at an after party? But also Jay-Z has denied these allegations. What can you tell us about the civil case?
Well, to your quick question, she said that she persuaded the limo driver to allow her to get into the limo and take her to the after party, and then she also was forced to sign a non-disclosure agreement while in the limo, then taken to the after party. But yeah, this is a kind of weird claim. But as you mentioned before, this attorney says he represents 120 plus individuals and plans on bringing claims against Diddy himself. And so this is something that I think is right up his wheelhouse. These type of allegations, when you're talking about past sexual assaults, rapes, or any type of assault like that, it is going to have graphic details. And you're talking about folks that have an opportunity to bring claims from any time frame when they open up the opportunity with these past survivor acts. In LA they did it, in California I should say, and in New York they've done it. And so that is why we're in this situation now. Diddy's facing criminal charges, but these civil complaints are going to be coming from every different angle.
Jay-Z's response to the lawsuit was really kind of odd. It's been met with a lot of criticism. So he claims that the lawsuit is an attempt at blackmail. He said that his only heartbreak is for his own family. And then, important to note that he's 55 years old. He said that he's a young man who made it out of the Project of Brooklyn, saying we protect children. But what do you think of the response coming out and saying something like that? It was a pretty lengthy statement, but specifically the part about claiming that this is all blackmail.
And he hit on a couple of things in there. I mean, what you want to do is you get a PR team when your name is brought up, and part of that will be legal counsel. Obviously, making sure that you don't subject yourself to saying anything that could incriminate you. But then you're going to have a conversation, and part of the conversation would, should I make a statement? Should I not make a statement? You can guarantee they've had that conversation in the background. I've had that where I've dealt with, clients that were dealing with public type of information, and it's like, well, I'm telling you what can happen on the legal side. Your PR team can go a whole nother route. I'm telling you, just don't want to say anything that could come back to bite you in the end. But also, this case will be tried in 3 different locations. You're going to have civil stuff, you'll have criminal, but then you have the court of public opinion. Some of the comments that he made in there, specifically talking about rape survivors, you don't want to make those type of comments, making it seem like it's a money grab. Well, I understand that folks are entitled to be, to their own statements, but if you're making it it's a her versus me, it's really becoming problematic, and people are attacking him now, and now the story is shifting to him as opposed to
court of public opinion.
It is, and so that's not good, specifically on the civil side, when now you may be forced to settle because the public is turning against you.
But one of the things we haven't seen before, when people say they've denied the allegations, this time Jay-Z said, not only do I deny the allegations, but instead of a civil suit, hey, do a criminal suit, because if somebody did these heinous charges, they should be prosecuted. But I have a question for you, though. When you look at what the person who's being represented, her attorney, said that his client never demanded a penny from him, claiming they only sought confidential mediation. What is that, if you're not talking about money?
Well, what I can tell you is Jay-Z, 2 parts. He said that I won't give him 1 red penny. He said, because I know I didn't do anything, and because if I settled, that would even make the appearance that I have committed something. I do like that statement. I think, hey, if you know you didn't do anything, go ahead and stand on that and believe it. The mediation thing is different. You can go to mediation for money. You also can go to mediation for other things. If someone owes something to you, you can say, look, I don't want to go to arbitration, which is binding. I want to go to mediation. I want to let a mediator make a determination. It could be a property dispute. Money is not the only thing that you can do to mediation, but most of the time it is. In terms of the last point, I'll say, you talked about the blackmail. Jay-Z said, the attorney said, it wasn't blackmail. We sent you a normal demand letter. You just responded to this demand letter by now suing me. So Jay-Z is suing the person's attorney. Many moving parts here, but what I can tell you is it's all going to end in court at some point.
Yeah, a lot of accusations getting thrown on both sides, it sounds like.
A lot of layers, but Jay-Z says he's standing on business. Thank you, Khalif. Appreciate that.